Hi folks, the Filipina P here. And if you ever thought about what it would be like to bring a woman from another country home with you, then this is the perfect video to watch. Meet Grace and Rob, a couple living in America who are discovering the challenges you face when two cultures collide. If you have a big age gap, will people stare at you? Will angry Karens confront you in the street? And will they whisper in your wife's ear, telling her she's too good for you? Will she like the food, the fast pace? And will she be able to make friends? Or will she be treated like a gold digger and shunned? Will other men hit on her and try to tempt her into divorcing you? Get ready to hear the answers to all these questions and plenty more.
There's a lot of temptation if you are not strong enough.
Hello, and thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. Where are you from in the Philippines?
Oh, Isabela, Ilocana.
Ilocana,
Mhm.
okay. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33! You look like 13.
Oh, thank you.
How about you, Rob?
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm 58, originally from Wisconsin, transplanted to Florida in 2019.
Awesome. So you guys are married?
Married, yes. Yeah.
Happily?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We've had our ups and downs, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet?
Through Facebook. She came up on my people I may know, and then I texted her and said hi, and she responded. But she was, like she's going to tell you, she was a bit scared, but that was a scammer.
Yeah.
Scammer? What did you tell?
Yeah, I thought because, there's a random people trying to send a message to me like, hi, hello, can we chat? And then later on, if I am trying to communicate with them, they are asking for a nude photo, something like that.
Okay. So Facebook, where were you at this time?
I'm in Hong Kong.
Okay, so you worked in Hong Kong as an
Mhm, yeah.
OFW, like overseas Filipino worker. For how long there?
8 to 12 months, yeah.
Yeah, because he asked me to quit my job because, a lot of
Yeah, later on, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, later on I did because, as I got to know Grace, we got to know each other, we got to chat more, we got to video call, and that's really where things for us for me, it really changed my life is when we were video calling, and I knew Grace was different, and from other girls and and I knew she was a different girl, and that's really where I fell in love with her. And I saw how the OFW life was, really kind of toxic and self-destructive, they're working, no boundaries on their time.
I know.
And they're working like early in the morning to late at night, and there's lots of no personal space, and they're wanting them to do more than just domestic help, but they're asking them to do lots of different things, right? And then they get a little bit of time off on Sundays, and morning time she was like making deliveries, and
Must have been very hard
Yeah,
life
it's
there.
really hard.
it was, yeah.
Yeah, he saved me from that situation,
I heard that there were lots of horror stories being an OFW. So
Yeah.
did you experience any abuse or
Oh yeah,
what
a
was,
lot.
what were the hardships?
My employer took my phone away. They want me to focus on my job, but
Mhm.
there's inside of my workplace there's some camera like CCTVs. They took everything like my friend in Hong Kong knew about this because I asked help from them.
Okay.
And then she took my passport from me, my contract, my Hong Kong ID, everything. So I don't have chance to escape from them.
Yeah.
And then when I tell to him everything, he asked me to go home.
Okay.
So
Originally I was going to come visit her,
Yeah.
and that was in February 2020, and that was just before COVID started.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It was they had a few cases in Hong Kong, like a couple cases in the United States, and I had a plane ticket, and then like a week later, everything stopped. All international travel stopped, and I couldn't see her. That was gonna be like our first time to meet was in February 2020, but then we had to postpone that, as you know.
So Rob, did you try dating apps, dating websites, or just Facebook?
No, never, just Facebook. Yeah.
How did you know about the Philippines?
X, I had a Philippine ex, and I visited Philippines a couple
Oh,
of times.
so you used to be married to a Filipina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before.
For how long?
Well, the actual time together was probably 90-ish days, but the marriage on paper was like about two years, something like that, 2-3 years.
Okay, so if
And
you
we-
don't
we
mind my
divorced.
asking, what happened?
She didn't love me. We weren't. Yeah, she was more of in it for the opportunity to come to the United States to
Where did you meet her? I mean,
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay. When you saw her photos,
Mm-hmm.
her profile on Facebook, what made you decide to say hi to her?
She seemed like she was a sweet girl, like a genuine girl. You know, like I said, I had that experience with my ex, and you know, I kind of knew what I didn't want by that.
Okay.
You know, that kind of told me I needed someone who's, you know, more giving, more sweet, you know, kind. And, you know, looking at her pictures and what she was doing, you know, and seeing some of the videos she had, you know, it kind of gave me that impression of her. And then we started chatting, and then that really, you know, helped me to get to know her better. And finally, when we did video call, that's when I knew.
Okay.
that she
What
was-
did you
she was
like
sweet.
about him? What did you like about Rob?
Honestly, money.
No. Okay. Money and
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But you know, I like the way he accept me, my kids, my family, and then all the family culture that we had. You know, if we are Filipina, especially if you are a breadwinner, you need to support your whole family.
Yep.
Not just your parents, not just one of your sibling or sister or brother, but
the whole veranda.
yeah, you need to
Just about.
support them all. So
Okay.
when he asked me to go home, he built me a house. I didn't ask for it honestly because he saw
I saw how they were living.
yeah, how we're living. You know, we are sleeping on the on the floor.
On the floor, everybody like
A little
you know,
shack about as big as this room. Water's leaking in. You know, you know
Yeah,
the.
and then there's no window, there's no door, and then there's something like what do you call that? The bucket.
Oh, because okay.
Yeah, and then yeah, he built my family house, and then he supported my kids.
So basically transformed your life
He really transformed my life from.
and accepted your kids. How many kids do you have, Bibis?
So I have 2 kids.
What I saw in her, she was a good girl in a bad situation,
Right.
like a lot of Filipinas OFWs.
So what did your family tell you? Like you're having
boy.
another Filipino
Yeah,
again, like-
it didn't go over well.
Okay.
So I've got 3 kids, 3 adult kids from a first marriage,
Okay.
and yeah, they didn't respond well. They thought, okay, you're just going to get scammed, and there's some jealousy, some anger, especially from my oldest.
Are you in speaking terms with
Oh,
them?
very much so. Yeah, they like her now. They get along now, and
Yeah,
they've met her, and they got to know her. And
What about your family? What do
Oh,
they think about
love.
Rob?
They really love Robert.
So you are like the superstar there. Were the people looking at you like?
oh yeah, you get lots of
there?
looks in the barangay and in the neighborhood because I'm the only foreigner there.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of foreigners back up north now.
There's a few,
few.
but
There's a few.
our case, you know, the age gap. The age gap. So maybe they are thinking like, oh, there's a Filipino.
May
Yeah, gold
Pilipina
digger.
na namang umahon sa kahirapan, which is another Filipina escaped poverty because she married a foreigner.
Yep.
It started a meme, and it's the same thing. I don't know if you heard the 4M. Look
Yeah.
for someone like, you know, matandang, mayamang, madaling mamatay, which is like an older foreigner who's, you know, wealthy and near death or something along
So you
those
get
lines.
insurance.
Yeah, so it was a joke, and then we're still kind of using that. That's how okay, but it's not always the case. I mean, there's love there. It doesn't mean to say that that's the only reason why she married you.
Yeah, there's opportunity, you know, of course, because I supported her, and you know, now that she's here in the United States, she has lots of opportunities,
Yeah.
and that's really transformed her life, you know, here.
This company, which is the Lake Morton Senior Living, I'm so thankful because they give me an opportunity even I don't have really experience in this job. So they asked me to pass the exam, so I got my certificate. So I'm a med tech now.
From nothing, right, to med tech now.
Medtech, yeah.
And then she's doing like more of the nursing kind of responsibilities there. So
Yeah.
So did you K1 here?
K1, yeah,
Okay.
K1 visa.
So K1 visa. So how long did it take? I mean, is it quicker
No.
than the spousal? No.
I don't know about spousal if it's quicker or not. We investigated that. It seemed like about the same time from all the groups we joined. So that's a good tip, right? If you're going to do K1, join Facebook groups that for some information. You can't get everything correct, but you got to go to the websites and get the official, information. But it's a good way for them to be more comfortable with the process because there's other Filipinas.
Right.
They can talk in their language. They can ask, "What did you do? Here's my timeline," kind of a thing. If you get anxiety about, I'm waiting so long. Okay, it's natural part of it.
Okay. So did you guys do it yourselves? Did you hire a
No,
lawyer?
I hired a service.
Okay.
And they
yeah.
prepared the documents. They had me fill out online, then they prepared them, printed out, and we sent it in. But then she did the rest of it, with the
Back in the Philippines.
back in the Philippines. Yep.
To do the medical thingy,
I was stressed.
all the stress.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you, Langga?
Almost 1 year.
It was almost going on 2 years, I think.
Oh wow! For some people that might be interested to do the same
Sure.
route, how much roughly did
So
you guys
the fees for the agency we contracted with, that was probably about $1,000, I think. And then there's the fees that you have with
have to pay
You
anyway.
have to pay anyway. In
Yeah.
addition to that,
Okay.
the actual fees, those were, I think, over $1,000, about 2-3K probably total.
Yeah.
You could do it yourself. You
Yeah.
can do it yourself.
Yeah.
You just got to be very careful.
You just it'll save you time though if you
It will, and that's what I wanted to do, was
Yeah.
save time, and I didn't want to have to print things out, and that's what they did for me.
Okay.
So that's what I was paying the $1,000 for. Basically, it was a lawyer reviewed everything, printed everything out, nice packet, and then they mailed it out for us.
Okay. So tell us about your relationship, like the obstacles when it comes to communication, because I know that we speak English, but sometimes we don't really get what you mean. So are
Right.
there, funny stories that you guys want to share?
Well, that's part of the beguiling part of it is she speaks English, right? But it's still a Filipino mind. Still a Filipino culture, right? So that's the big difference there.
We think we speak English, but why
She's talking to me in English, but she's thinking in Filipino.
I know, so why don't you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then is there like sometimes, baby, when you're arguing, or not, like most people do, like most people in a relationship, when you argue and then you can't find the right English word, and then you can just cursing in your head in your own local dialect. It's
That's
just like,
just in the head.
yeah, well, no,
No, he can understand me. Like if I said,
yeah.
and then when I said bo bo bio bio, he can understand. He know what it is
I
mean.
heard it enough.
Okay.
So he knows already that I'm really angry.
Okay, so what about gestures? Are you used to pointing with lips now?
Lips pointing, yep.
Okay.
Yep, I'm used to
He's
that.
doing that also to me.
I do it for fun. To tease the teaser.
What are the things that sometimes you are frustrated with when it comes to communication?
Oh, there's a lot.
What about sarcasm? When he jokes around.
Oh yeah, she doesn't always get that.
As a Filipina, we have this kind of attitude, like the tampo.
Do you do tampo?
Oh my God!
She's better at it, not as bad as she used to be.
When I first arrived here, 4 days we're not talking each other, and then he doesn't care. And then we separate room. We have 2 rooms here. Okay, I sleep in the other room. He sleep in the other room. He doesn't care, girl.
So he didn't.
No,
I cared, but what was I gonna do? So that's the thing. I couldn't do anything about it.
He don't know how to say what's your problem.
Yeah, I didn't know how to. What's the
Yeah.
Filipino way of getting somebody back off a tampo? I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, he never asked me like, "Hey, girl, how are you?"
Yeah, I was supposed to do some sweet things, supposed to, woo her back, but I didn't know how to. I didn't.
You are supposed to submit.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do any of those things. So yeah, so we had like this extended period of time where we weren't really talking.
Well, I guess it's better than yelling at each other.
Oh no, we're not yelling at you. That's why we don't have we have 2 cultures
That
here.
helps.
I'm her, I'm there, he's here. Seems like we're just like housemate. Hey housemate, how are you? What do you want to eat?
Well, that's the beauty of it. I mean, we're
A little
not
bit of space sometimes helps.
Yeah,
true.
seems like we're just a housemate.
We've got the usual kind of couple stress that all relationships have. These it's usually like money,
Oh.
sex, those kind of things. Well, that's typical, right?
You get excited about sex.
Yeah, that's typical. That's typical, right? The
Yeah.
money,
you want
money
it more
especially.
often?
Oh no, I'm
No.
fine now because I'm everyday tired. Before, yes. For me, it's normal now. Once a month, twice a month. Oh, thank you, Lord.
It's not like that. No. Not like that.
Oh, come on, Grace. It's not like that. Rob is there. It's not like that.
She wants it more than I do most of the time.
Wait,
Filipina.
wait.
That never happens, right? That never happens.
Energizer bunnies,
Right.
No, like,
That's why they marry an older guy, right?
but you can keep up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
No, all right. That's the spirit, Rob.
Yeah, hanging in there.
Oh my.
So when you get here, baby, what do you like about America?
Dollar?
The dollars, okay.
Yeah, dollar.
Getting paid in dollars.
Yeah. How I make money here?
And when you applied for a job, did they ask you to get a mayor's permit? You
Oh,
go this, you
no.
go that?
Oh,
No.
no.
Unlike in the Philippines, you had to go.
No.
I remember you being so shocked at how easy it was to get a job.
Yeah, it's so easy.
So you just show up, give them your resume,
Basically.
and
They hire you.
that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because in the Philippines, you even have to be, a degree holder to work at a
Yeah.
mall. You have to go back, and then you're gonna be in probation, and this and that. You have to even spend your own money
Yeah.
to get that job. But here it is easy.
It's so easy. As much as you're willing to work, you
Then
can,
it's
it's
easy to get-
easy to get a job. There's a lot of opportunity here.
But it's the American dream. She came here with basically nothing and has rapidly kind of advanced.
But what about the quiet, the peace, the silence? Are you
Oh.
okay with that? Because I heard some Filipinos, they can't sleep because it's too quiet.
Oh, me, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love it because in Philippines, you wake up in the morning like there's a
Roosters.
dog barking,
Chickens.
rooster, and then the mouth of your mom. Hey.
Yeah, your mom's alarm clock.
Yeah, your
So do you drive here?
oh
Do you drive? No.
Not yet.
Not yet?
not yet.
That's
Okay.
That's the next thing to accomplish.
Okay. Are you scared to drive here?
Me, I'm not scared. Him.
Scared.
Yeah, he's scared.
I'm scared.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
scared.
we tried to drive. We were over at the mall in the parking lot. And we tried it out, and it was frightening.
Yeah, he's shouting at me. How you can learn how to drive if somebody's shouting at you?
It was stressful on me.
Stressful on you.
Yeah, you were shouting at me when you were trying to teach me how to drive.
So now I want her to go to a driving school,
Ah.
get instruction. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he don't want to teach me.
So yeah, talking about food. Do you like American food?
Not really.
No.
No, not really. I always want to eat rice, breakfast,
Right.
lunch, dinner. So I always want to cook. For example, I want to cook dry fish. See the area? It's
Yes.
so close.
Yeah.
After I cook smelly
Coughing.
food, yeah, he's coughing so hard. Before I cook, he need to get ready the electric fan. And then he need to open this.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is the terrible thing that I did. I almost blow this building, blow up,
She didn't blow it.
because the power went
Yeah, the
out.
power went out.
And then he got this charcoal thing.
We have a little charcoal grill.
Okay.
And then I don't know what's that thing to put in the charcoal. It's like
Fluid.
a gas fluid.
Yeah, lighter fluid.
I put the fluid in there, and then I put the fire on it, and then the fire is so high.
Then it's smoking out. It's coming into the door, and
Yeah, because I thought it's just
look
fine.
at the Philippines, right? They would do that right in their living room. Right?
Why not?
Why not?
I want to boil water for my coffee. I really need coffee that
Desperate.
time.
Desperate for
And then
coffee.
there's no electricity. So
Okay.
I need to find a way. And then he's not here. He's not here that time.
The
So
Philippine ingenuity. I had to pour water on it, get the flames out. You know.
But did you get your coffee, Langga?
No.
No?
No.
Sus, Ginoo.
Mission wasn't successful.
Ay, ay, ay. Was it hard to get along with other people, making friends?
I'm scared before.
You were scared.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm so scared before. Even we are just going to the grocery. I don't know how to communicate in the in the like
She's
cashier.
afraid to say something.
Oh, so you're
I'm
afraid to talk to people.
Yeah, I'm afraid to talk to people,
Mhm.
and then there's a lot of adjustment.
How are the other Filipinos here, or Filipinos? Are they friendly? Because I
boy.
heard,
That's a mixed. That's
heard-
very mixed.
yeah, I heard different.
A lot of
stories.
snobbing.
I'm so stressed about that.
Yep.
I know
Yep.
what the heck? What was your experience, Bebe? Were they like kind of catty? Because I heard that some Filipinos are like the worst, to be honest, when it comes to their own kind.
Some of them, they are a little bit rude. For example, we're walking on the Asian store, right? And then me, I'm approachable person, and then if I knew that you are a Filipina, I will ask you, oh, say hi, hello, where are you in the Philippines? And then she's looking at me like up and down, side by side, and then I didn't get any response like, hello, I'm from here, I'm from that. But now, instead, she's looking at you like that.
Oh my
Judgmental.
god.
And then
looks, yeah.
judgment look, and then say nothing, and then walk.
Totally ignored.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you are in the Philippines, you are expecting a lot when you come here, and you're thinking like a Disney princess life here in the United States. But when you are here already, it's opposite. If you married a rich guy, yeah, you can have a Disney life here. But
If not, you're working.
Yeah.
You're Cinderella.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you have to work to survive here. This
Yeah.
this is not
Big misunderstanding.
Yeah,
Games are so expensive.
exactly. So they're expecting when you married a foreigner, you're instantly
Rich.
rich, a millionaire, that you can live a life of excess and you have all this money.
It's nice here. I love it. But I miss Philippines sometimes. My family, my kids. But I don't have choice. I need to work hard for them. Especially now, I don't like to use his money to send what do you call that, support to my family, because I want him to earn his own money for
Yeah, she's
for the
basically
future.
supporting herself and her family now.
What made you decide to bring her here instead of just retiring back in the Philippines?
I'm not ready to retire yet.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so that wasn't an option. So I still got to work here a while,
right.
and I wanted her to work here as well to have
Okay.
that experience, to get the green card, that she could have opportunities here, like in Philippines, when she's with her family there. There's not much opportunity for work,
True.
and now
Okay.
here you see she's already got a job and she's doing really well.
Right. And then I know that a lot of folks are asking, aren't you afraid that she might leave you for a younger
Yeah, of course.
younger guy, because now that she's here
Yep.
earning her own money? Are you afraid?
Oh yeah, I have that insecurity, and
Yeah.
where she works at, not just the younger guys, but the older guys, the patients there. They're flirting with her, and they ask her to divorce me and marry her. A couple of
Did
fucking-
you?
There's
Those lang that.
There's a lot of temptation here, but I am not saying that I'm pretty. I'm sexy, but there's a lot of temptation. If you are not strong enough to hold it, to handle it, your marriage gonna break so easy.
In Philippines, she's one of many Filipinas. Here, she's the only Filipina for the most part. So they see
She's
that.
the novelty.
Yeah, it is exotic. They see that, and it's hard for some of those guys to mind their manners.
Yeah, so if you will come here, be sure that you are strong enough for temptation.
Come here for the right reasons. Come here to
Right.
be together, to have a relationship, to build that. So those are the right motives, because work's going to go up, work's going to go down. You're going to have temptations here, temptations there. But if you're focused on that,
Some guys really tell you to divorce your husband and marry them.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh. What do you tell them? Like, sod off, dude.
No, I'm still being respectful because I'm saying that I am married.
she's resisted it pretty well. the culture difference, like you've had some of your videos like about feminist kind of attitudes, those kind of toxic attitudes,
Yeah.
those things worry me more, I think, than
Yeah.
the guys trying to
Tempt her.
tempt her and interfere,
Right.
because that's more subtle, and that's like
Yeah.
over time, you pick up the attitudes because you make friends with Americans, right? And you want to fit in, they give you advice, you talk to them,
Yeah. That's
it's a-
like slowly poisoning
It
the
is.
well. Let me ask you this. Do you guys get stares from people around
Oh,
you when you
definitely.
go out?
yeah, not
That's funny part.
Yeah, not often, right? But we do that. It has happened. Even my kids had that kind of reaction. Like, what are you
At
doing?
first
This
with-
younger woman
yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
She's a year older than my oldest daughter. so
Okay.
so there's a bit of awkwardness and jealousy from that. Yeah, that kind of, we do see that occasionally, and maybe hear like a little bit of whispering and
Yeah.
cattiness like that. We have heard that, not often, but we have heard it.
Yeah, that time at the hospital.
Oh
Yeah. The nurse asked
Come on, Rob.
me.
What was the
Yeah.
what was the story behind it?
Chismis, huh?
Yeah,
chismis.
chismis. The nurse asked me, "I'm sorry, I am just confused. Can I ask how old?"
Yeah, they're asking about the age difference.
Yeah.
And
Why were you in the hospital? Were you in the hospital?
I was.
You were in the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was there. So the nurse asked her,
Yeah, how old I am.
and
Yeah,
then what the relationship?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
we were in the ER, and apparently this nurse was sent in to ask her about how old she was, what her relationship was, because one of the doctors had asked that nurse to ask her because they
Yeah.
were curious.
So what's the ultimate goal for you guys to be retired back in the Philippines?
I think so. I know I have more hesitation about that now. I had a heart attack 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and
No way, you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think if that happened to the Philippines, I'd be dead.
You.
Yeah.
My friend just died from
Heart attack?
Yeah, back in the Philippines. So
Was it American?
no, he's
Filipino?
British.
Oh,
Yeah. So
expat of some sort.
yes, yeah, and it was bad.
Too far away from a hospital, I imagine.
Not too far, but it's just the traffic.
Right?
The traffic killed him. The ambulance in the Philippines, they don't have defibrillators. They
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
They don't have those.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
So
30 years behind in a lot of things.
how about 50?
Yeah.
But you're okay now. You're fine.
I'm
now.
recovering. Yeah. Here I was like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
I called 911. They got me, and from when it started to when they put a stent in, it was like less than an hour.
I'm so scared before. Honestly, I don't like to say this, but what if he gonna die that time?
I'm taking care of all these things
Yeah.
for her.
I don't know how to do. I don't know how to get my own credit card, my bank account, something like that. I don't know how to drive. My green card is
How do you pay
just
bills,
2
right?
years. How to pay bills, something like that. But thanks God. Thanks God. He's so good.
So, Robin Grace, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I
you.
enjoyed
Yeah, we enjoy it.
I enjoyed this
Pleasure, yeah.
interview, and thank you so much for sharing some funny stories.
I hope.
Best of luck. And for those of you guys out there, you know the drill. I'll be back next Friday with something new. Thanks and have a good one. Bye. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? If you think about it, I'm kind of like your maid, helping you clean up the mess from past relationships and wiping away those doubts about dating here in the Philippines. The only thing I ask for my service is that you leave a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can hire me again sometime. And if you check out my Patreon page full of extra content and exclusive features, you'll have made my day. Now, while I finish working, why not check out some of my other videos where I come clean about a lot of different topics? By the way, do you want me to clean your pipes?